What's good, YouTube? Just got home from work. It's 12:15, and yes, I'm rocking the Woolies top. But in this video, we're gonna go over, you can see Vegas is in the background, go over one of my games. I think this was 2100 MMR. This is the one that got me 2K, I think, which is, it's not gonna be anything special for some people. And I just gotta say that if you like a pretty high rated player, you know how to line a sight and all that stuff, well then this video is probably not for you. It's more catered for the people that are maybe new to Feral, having trouble getting past like 1800 rating in twos and things like that. So I picked this one because it's versing a Destruction Warlock. If anyone has run into one of them lately, they are just insane with their Chaos Bolt damage. So it's good for that reason. And because I had to be so careful with it, I did stuff up and get hit a few times, landed with Chaos Bolts. But I mean, that's going to happen. As long as you don't get hit enough that it kills you. like bang, you're just dead, like if you get 2 or 3 in a row. But yeah, it's going to, because I had to stay back, I had to be real, useful with my bleeds, if that makes sense. Like you can't just be out in the open trying to hit them all because they're just going to kill you straight away. So yeah, with that said, we're going to jump into this. The quality won't be too crazy good because it's in Vegas, but hopefully it's still good enough to use. And the gates are just about to open. So as you'll see, right when the gates open, I cast a regrowth. Now this is to get the Blood Talons buff up in the corner. And I highly recommend everyone do that at the start of everything, because as well as using the bottom tier on the PvP honor talents, the middle one, I can't remember the name, but it buffs your rake critical strike damage if it isn't on a target. Okay, if that makes sense. So we've got a buffed Blood Talons proc up in the corner, and we're about to rake stun someone out of stealth open, so it's going to be buff damage, real nice opener. And yeah, so I'll just pause the video if I need to talk about anything specifically. But what we're trying to do here is just single the lockout. We're going to get some bleeds up on him here. As you see, Tiger's Fury Rip. And we've got the proc. I got rooted, so I would have lost it. Used it pretty early. I'm just going to run over here. Still got Blood Talons, if you see the 2 up in the corner. So if I was to hold that proc then, with the constant roots and things like that, I would have lost it. So just dump it in yourself if you feel like it's going to run out. 80 Chaos Bolt there. Got the proc. Run over. Back onto this guy. I actually should have held that proc a little bit longer there, but that's something I can work on. So here is mostly about trying to do damage. As you see, I've used my burst early and my bash. So I tried to do that system that I talk about in my 7.1 video, Feral Druid Guide. If you haven't seen that, go and click it. It is the newest one that I uploaded. But it talks about trying to get that quick opener by getting your bleeds on the DPS target and then jumping over to the Shaman. Now, as you can see, with my Berserk up, or it was, you can see that they both went down to about half health. Now, this is really good. What I want to try and do here is keep up the momentum, but I really have to watch this cast belt. Now, as you see here, got landed, was screaming at my teammate, I think there, about saying I'm just about to get hit by cast bolt. Again, about to get hit because he rooted me. So if worse comes to worse and you can't line of sight the damage, you need to just bear form it. It's the best you can do. Now he's going nuts there. I'm pretty sure that's his burst with all those orbs. I know at least they're going to do a lot of damage. So just trying to line of sight there. They've gone away. Back onto them. Now the problem is that they're all topped up. So it's just a matter of trying to get some momentum back and not take too much damage, giving them the advantage. As you can see, bear forming just any kind of Chaos Bolt that I can. Hit a Thrash with all those guys next to me just because I was run away. AoE, just want to get the damage up. About to eat this one. Try to bear form it. I think I got it off in time. But man, this guy is just loaded up with Chaos Bolt. So I kicked one. Realised I can't get the second one. Just line that in time. Now, that's really important there. But again, rips, running jagged wounds is falling off pretty quick. So just coming through. As you see, just tapping him where I can. Trying to not get hit with those Chaos Bolts and just keep up as little damage as I possible, or as much as I can, but it's not that much. Now, he's getting a bit mad here and overextending, which is really good. I tried to pull him away from the healer, as you see over there, but he was smart enough to stay in line with him. So I'm on the healer here. Bash is still on a big cooldown because I've used it on him just to get up my bleeds because he could have got away or anything. Now, the Destro is going to try and fear me off here, and I haven't got all my bleeds up on him, so this is a good fear from him, honestly. And it's interesting to see what I do here because I don't actually know. I haven't watched this clip back. So my teammate wind sheared that, and in order to keep the Resto Shame there, I just used my Bash because I just wanted to get that rip up in case he tried to get away somehow. So full rip up on the Resto, just trying to line whatever I can from the other dude. They're both next to each other, so just hit a thrash, just a bit of extra damage, nothing intense. About to eat a Chaos Bolt here. Try to bear form instant. Don't think I got it off. This is where I look at that. Ate it. That's what happens when you eat a Chaos Bolt out of form. That was bad for me. Tried to get a heal off. Didn't really realize he had 3 Chaos Bolts ready to go. And at this stage, because we have no pressure, they're both topped up, I was realizing that this is a bad spot for us. Now, my healer still has mana, so that's fine. But like I said, the momentum isn't there. I feel like Legion's really based on momentum a lot. So at this stage, I'm just doing what I can. Really, instead of doing damage, the focus here is to just not get hit with damage until we're ready to go again. So I've got no burst for a while. Just realized I'm actually running Rip and Tear in this video as well. Not the bottom talent I was telling you about that gives you the extra rake, critical strike. But I do run that now. Rip and Tear. It's fine, but I just like to mix it up a bit really. So now, getting some damage off onto old mate here, because the burst was back up. Actually, looks like about to force a cooldown, trying to kick and things here. Got all the bleeds up onto him, and it looks like he's going to survive that. Now, the problem with Feral here, this is a major tip, I feel like. Your Ferocious Bite, as you can see, Naga 4. I think everyone knows what Ferocious Bite is. If you hover over it, you'll see that with a 5-point, dump into it, it only does 85k damage. Even if you had a Blood Talons buff, that's only going to do like 130k damage. Rip, on the other hand, does about 420k, I think it is, over 16 seconds, which is actually pretty quick. So what happened there was, with my burst, may have got some cooldowns out of the Resto Shaman, which is, decent enough, but he wasn't going to die. I could see if we rewind it just a little bit to about, where are we? I think we went back way too far. Okay, so 28 seconds on the burst, 14, 4. Okay, so I used it here. Now, he's got all the bleeds up on him, and like I said, there's nothing much you can really do. I can try and stun, interrupt him and things like that, but as you can see, it's quarter DR'd, so I can only interrupt him one more time, really. And other than that, he still has Link and all that. So the kill is not going to happen. So instead of staying on him and letting the Destro just do what he wants, as you can see, there's no bleeds on the Destro at all. So you don't want to stay on someone that's not going to die. I mean, that's just going to come with experience, whether or not they're going to die or not. But right here, he's not going to die. So dumping Ferocious Bite like that is not happening. So what I'm going to try and do here is really spread that pressure. Again, what the Feral Druids are so good at. Now, as you can see, he's taking some damage there. Bleeds are still ticking on him. Going to try and line whatever I can here. He got off another one out of my form because I tried to get a heal off. And he's just locking me down. Again, rooted me. If you get rooted these days, you're about to get Chaos Bolt with a Destro lock. That's pretty much how the gameplay style of them works. And pretty much here, even with our burst, they still survived it. So pretty much here, it's just back to, again, not letting them get their damage off. If he can line up, like you saw before, 3 Chaos Bolts, and I mean, we're wearing leather, so it could be worse. If you're like a cloth wearer or something, you're going to take even more damage. We'll just skip ahead because it's back to, again, it's just a matter of not taking damage and just playing with them. Bleed them up here and there, wherever you can, until you've got something ready to go again. So we skip forwards a bit. We're about 6.5 minutes into the fight now. So I bursted initially, bursted at about 3-minute mark when it was back up, and it's just about to come back off cooldown. So let's see how we use it here, as well as Bash is going to be off cooldown. Okay, so hit play. He's got a root on us. Not casting though. There he goes with the cast. Now, I think my teammate windshield. Yeah, that was good because that could have been bad. So, bursting onto the Shaman. Try and get some cooldowns. Trying to line myself from the healer. Shaman's probably not going to die there because he's just popped his big defensive and he still has Link. So, again, back to just spreading pressure. Going between them. Just bleeding up where I can. Trying to keep my eye on him. Something I could have worked on more is positioning myself to face him to see what's happening, because I think very shortly he gets me because I'm facing the wrong way. So that was a mistake on my behalf. That's something else you could take away from this video. About to land one here. Just bare formed it, run away, hop myself up, get back into combat because they're down in health a bit. So I don't want to give them the full reset because then it's just back to waiting for burst again. So dampening's coming in a bit. So again, facing the wrong way. That was my fault there. Could have positioned myself better to keep him in perspective. So burst is off. I mean, they're taking a little bit of damage. So don't, like I said, don't let them get the full reset. Just want to keep bleeding and things like that. But again, just keep lossing. I can't emphasize enough how important that is, because he could literal one-shot us if he lines up well enough. You need to keep that in mind how scary they are. So Bash was up. Here's a shot to try and do some damage. Going to spread damage between them because we have the advantage now. We have the momentum. If you see at my health, pretty good. Kick that Chaos Bolt so he can't get a meaty hit onto me. He's about to bear for my teammate. So this is where I run and hide. He's trying to set something up. Just playing with him. I feel kind of sorry for him because he must have been so frustrated. Ferals actually have a pretty good toolkit to deal with this because we have the speed buffs. As you can see there, gave my friend the speed buff also. Just to get away and behind that pillar. Be when he landed that full fear. So back, spreading damage. Going to get full bleeds up. I'm going to hold my 5 points, run over so I can get a rip onto the healer. Just hitting from what I can because I know he's probably got a Chaos Bolt ready to go about now. As you can see, it's coming in. Got to bear form it, run. Didn't get it off. I think my teammate might have kicked it or I lined it just in time. Like I said, I haven't listened to this clip at all. But, or I haven't listened to the audio track at all and can't hear it right now. So I'm just going purely off what I can see and what I can remember. So the resto's drinking right now, as you can see on the Gladius toolkit. And that's kind of good for us. I could have went and tried to stop him. But the Destro lock's about half health because he had to drink. My healer isn't really in any kind of mana trouble. So I got my full bleeds up on the Destro lock. Now, the healer's come back. He's got to counteract the pressure I put out because he was drinking the whole time. Probably isn't had Bash up. Now I can spread pressure. So that was a mistake on his behalf. And as you can see, they're in some deep trouble now. So he's trying to land fears and things like that. Under 30%. Got the Link out of them. And now it's just go time. So burst is up. Just doing all I can to spread the pressure between them. Get them low. Link's not going to save them much. My teammate had the Link there, I think, because he took a lot of problem. Because they're just so dead. And that cost them the game there. So, pretty much, what can we take away from this video? Hopefully you got at least something. I'm sorry if you didn't. Like I said, it wasn't really catered for people that really know what they're doing in Arena. Just the ones that are new to Feral. And maybe having trouble getting past like 1800 because Destro locks have got the buff. You're going to see them a lot more. And if you're not careful or know how to handle them, you're going to get one shot almost. And the game's going to end pretty quick. Like can at least anyway. And remember Ferals, leather wearers can take a lot of damage. That's one of the downsides to the class. But we also have the speed buffs to counteract this pressure and line of sight from those meaty Chaos Bolts. So what can we take away from this video? It's a tanky class, right? Destro is going to be quite hard to take out, and they can do a lot of damage. Unless you have the offensive pressure, the momentum, play really defensive. Because if they've got the momentum, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And just wait for your opening. So every time burst was up, I tried to get pressure. If you can't kill, just absolutely just spread pressure. It's just as much damage as you can do to at least get them down. and try and keep them there to land a kill, when something's up. Maybe your teammate lands a nice, kick on them, gets a good hex, anything like that. But, that drink actually ended the game for the Resto Druid. Sorry, not Resto Druid, the Resto Shaman, because as you can see there, got the momentum onto the Warlock. He came around the corner, got the full bash, full bleeds on him, burst is ready. He couldn't, try and heal the lock and himself at the same time, and they died. So, getting the 2K set next week, I'm actually pretty keen for it. I'll probably make a video on it. I've been thinking about it, but I want to at least get 2K set on like a DK or something as well. And then we can start seeing what they look like, because they're pretty cool, those elite sets. But anyway, that's going to wrap this video up, guys. Thanks heaps for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.